Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and today we're visiting with Kristin Hildabrand, Warren County Extension Agent for Horticulture. Now, Kristin, today we're going to make a kissing ball.
Yes, so a kissing ball is something that they did back, I think it was like during the 1600s. They actually made these just like they would use mistletoe, or they would just add it for decoration. And for a little bit they took it away, but then finally it came back. So, and now you can even see it. A lot of times people will not use it in their home for the holidays, but also I've seen it used at weddings. The mechanics of it is a styrofoam ball, and so we bought a 3-inch, you can go a little bit bigger depending on where you want to place this, because most of the time the kissing balls, if you bring it indoors for the holidays, generally you'll do it in a doorway. Sometimes people will hang it from a pendant or some kind of light fixture, and it just kind of depends on the size that you want it to be. So depending on that, you can go 3. If you want a little bit bigger, you can go 6 to 8. But what you do is you start with that, and then what you want to do is make your hook. So we took some floral wire and just ran it through that actual styrofoam ball, and then we make a hook at the bottom of it, so that way one side of it is going to be connected, because it is going to hang like this. So once you do one side and then pull it back through on the opposite end of the wire, you're going to do the same thing and just secure it, so that way it will actually kind of be the hook to kind of hold it. And then after you do that, basically you want to add a little bit of ribbon, and for the ribbon that we used a little bit of glitter. You certainly can use whatever ribbon you want to go with your theme for the holiday. So what we did is we took some floral pins and just secured that right underneath our hook, and then we went kind of in a crisscross pattern. So basically that is the mechanics to start with. Now when you start adding your greenery, you do want to cut this probably the day before or so that you get ready to use it, but you want to make sure that you're using, when you insert into the actual styrofoam ball itself, you want to make sure that you're leaving some stem to actually insert into the actual styrofoam ball itself. And so what we did is we started with a little bit of some boxwood first. We kind of just ran around the ribbon just to kind of serve as our starting line, and then we added in some other greens after the boxwood. We went to the cedar, which has that blueberry look to it, and then we added in some different pine. I think we added some Virginia pine to it. If you have some softer pine, that's fine. And then we also put in a little bit of some holly. Now eventually, some of them might not have berries just yet, but then they'll start to really show throughout the winter months. So we've done that really all the way around, and it does take a little bit of time to fill it.
And so you just want to kind of put it in there so it hides the green styrofoam ball.
Right. I kind of start with 1/4 of it, then go to the next quarter, and then on the bottom, and then you start to fill that in. And just know that whenever you get it full, we did add in some the ribbon on top, and you can make that as big as you want to. Sometimes when it's hanging, you can't really see it if it's a smaller bow, but if you want to make more of a medium to large size bow, that'll work. But we added other embellishments too. We showed how to, we've added in a little bit of the magnolia on this, the seed pod, but you can certainly add pine cones to it if you wanted to add some more berries to it. So it's really good to kind of think about the freshness with this greenery, especially depending on where you place it in your home. So we always say that if you can take some precautions ahead of time, like cutting it fresh right before you get ready to use it, I always recommend submerging it under water for about 24 hours. And then there's also another product called wilt proof if you wanted to do that after the 24-hour water soak. And then the other thing is, when you place it, to try to keep it away from heat or a direct heating source, so that way it'll help preserve this as much. Depending on if you got it in like a cooler, dry place, I would say it would probably keep about a week. Some of these might start to fall off, and you'll have to reinsert if you want to, but I would say a week to a week and a half.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you have another one over here, this magnolia, and
Yes.
it kind of has one type of greenery all the way around.
Yes, this is more of a variety, and the magnolia is really splendid just because it's one type, has some different contrast with that, high gloss and then the velvety finish. Now this, Joanna, will actually keep for a long time because the water retention is much better with the magnolia as compared to these greens. So if you would like to get more information about how to make a kissing ball, let us know here at the Warren County office, and we'll be glad to help you.
We appreciate you watching the Farm and Home Show and hope you have a great day.